If a level 7 civilization really exists, then our entire universe might just be a fish in its tank, because a level 7 civilization is no longer about controlling galaxies, or even universes, but about casually creating countless universes and molding them together like clay. You probably think this sounds like pure science fiction nonsense, right? But the thing is, this concept was first proposed by a Soviet astronomer, and it has a set of complete mathematical models. What's even more terrifying is that if we follow this theory further, humanity doesn't even qualify as the lowest level 1 civilization. We are currently around level 0.73 and haven't even reached the threshold. So what is a level 1 civilization? It means total control of all the energy on Earth, and humanity is still about 100 to 200 years away from that goal. As for a level 7 civilization, it would stand at the very top of existence, looking down on the birth and destruction of countless universes, just like you watch bacteria divide in a glass of water. But there's a huge question here. If a level 7 civilization really exists, why haven't they come to find us? Or have they already been here, and we simply cannot perceive them? Don't jump to conclusions yet. We need to figure out one thing first. Does the concept of a level 7 civilization actually have any scientific basis? The answer might disappoint you. In 1964, the Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kardashev proposed the famous Kardashev scale, but he only defined 3 levels. A level 1 civilization can harness the energy of a plant, a level 2 civilization can harness the energy of a star, and a level 3 civilization can harness the energy of an entire galaxy. And that's where it ends. So where did levels 4, 5, 6, and 7 come from? They were all added later by others, and the descriptions became more and more exaggerated. All those descriptions you see online about level 7 civilizations, creating universes, controlling time, achieving immortality, none of them were ever said by Kardashev himself. It's like someone invents elementary school math, and then others use it to derive relativity. Does it make logical sense? Maybe, but does the original author accept it? No, so we must face a harsh fact. The concept of a level 7 civilization is essentially a science fiction style extension, not a rigorously proven scientific theory. But that doesn't mean it has no value. On the contrary, it reveals a deeper issue. Humanity's understanding of energy itself might be fundamentally flawed. Kardashev's theory has a core assumption. The more advanced a civilization is, the more energy it consumes. Sounds reasonable, right? But a 2023 study published in Scientific Reports pointed out that, based on current human energy consumption growth, reaching a level 1 civilization might take thousands or even tens of thousands of years, not just 100 to 200 years. Why such a huge difference? Because scientists in Kardashev's era generally believed energy consumption would grow endlessly. But now we see that technological progress often leads to higher efficiency, not higher consumption. The smartphone in your hand has more computing power than room-sized computers from the 1960s, yet it uses only a tiny fraction of their energy. So what if advanced civilizations follow a path of miniaturization? What if they don't need to build Dyson spheres at all? What if their form of existence is completely beyond our imagination? This leads to an even more unsettling possibility. Level 7 civilizations might truly exist, but their form could be completely incomprehensible to us. A 2024 paper published in an international astrobiology journal proposed a concept called the cognitive horizon hypothesis. It suggests that extraterrestrial life might exist in entirely different dimensions, or even timelines, beyond the range of human perception. We cannot find them not because they don't exist, but because our brains have not evolved the ability to perceive them, just like ants can never understand the internet. Humanity might never be able to perceive a level 7 civilization, even if they are right beside us. And this theory has a chilling implication. If a level 7 civilization really created our universe, then all the physical laws we observe might just be parameters they deliberately set. Why is the speed of light 300,000 kilometers per second? Why is gravity this strength? Perhaps these are not natural, but designed. Our entire universe might be a carefully tuned simulation. At this point, you might ask, if such powerful civilizations exist, why don't they contact us? This is the famous Fermi paradox. In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi asked, if there are so many planets in the universe and the probability of intelligent life is so high, why have we never received any signals? The Milky Way is about 10 billion years old and 100,000 light years across. If a civilization had spacecraft traveling at just 1% of the speed of light, it could theoretically colonize the entire galaxy 1,000 times over. Yet we see nothing. What does that mean? Either intelligent life is extremely rare, or advanced civilizations share a common trait: they choose silence. In 2008, Chinese science fiction writer Liu Cixin proposed the dark forest theory in his novel The Dark Forest. The universe is like a dark forest, where every civilization is a hunter with a gun. Once you reveal your position, you risk being destroyed by a more powerful civilization. Although it comes from fiction, many scientists believe it has some logical foundation. Think about it. If you were a level 6 civilization and discovered a developing, lower-level civilization, what would you do? Help it? That's too dangerous. What if it grows and threatens you? Ignore it? That's risky too. What if another civilization finds and uses it? The safest option might be to eliminate it before it becomes a threat. It sounds cruel, but it might be the rule of survival in the universe. Of course, there's another possibility. Advanced civilizations do exist, but they have no interest in us at all, just like you wouldn't try to chat with an ant. If level 7 civilizations exist, the gap between their intelligence and ours might be greater than the gap between humans and ants. In their eyes, our technology, our civilization, everything about us might not even qualify as an interesting subject of observation. The radio signals we send could be as insignificant to them as chemical reactions among bacteria. Now let's return to the original question. Do level 7 civilizations really exist? Can current theories support such an idea? The answer is no, but it also cannot be completely ruled out. From a strict scientific perspective, a level 7 civilization is just a thought experiment, with no observational evidence and no mathematical proof. But logically speaking, if the universe is truly 13.8 billion years old, and if there are countless galaxies and planets, then civilizations billions of years more advanced than us could very well exist. And what level of technology billions of years of development could reach is something we simply cannot imagine. Finally, here's a fact that I find deeply unsettling. Human radio signals have only traveled about 100 light years so far, while the Milky Way is 100,000 light years across. Our voice hasn't even covered 1,000th of the galaxy. If something is out there listening, it might not have heard us yet. Or maybe it has heard us and is on its way. Perhaps it has already been here all along, watching us, waiting for us to discover its existence. Which possibility do you find the most terrifying?